Fine. Sarvebhyo namaste. Namaskar to everyone.
Namaste.
Today, after Guru Payarchi, the first Guruvaram, Thursday, and therefore I thought of starting the class today with the prayers and a small introduction. The regular classes will be on Monday every week, the same time. The duration of class will be 45 to 50 minutes, with 5 to 10 minutes for any discussions or clarifications. The opportunity of studying Vedanta or even coming across the scriptures, Shastram, is not a joke. In fact, one should have done a lot of punya karma in the previous births. Otherwise, it is not easy to come to the Shastram. Therefore, for the successful beginning, successful arambha and progress, and the ending of this Swadhyaya, this Shastra Patanam, we need a lot of grace. Ishvara's grace is important. Mere effort alone is not sufficient. Effort, that is prayatna, matters, but prarthana also counts. Therefore, so we will do our prarthana. Because in any undertaking, there may be many visible and invisible factors of obstructions. We can tackle all the visible factors, but over the invisible factors, we don't have any control. We can offer only our prarthana to Ishvara and seek its blessings for the successful accomplishment. So our prarthana, our prayers can be kaika, or vachika, or manasa. Traditionally, when we studied Vedanta under Swamiji, before commencing our Vedantic study, a Ganapati Oma is done. Or at least, if not Ganapati Oma is not possible in a setup, at least they will break a coconut in front of Ganapati and they will start the study. That is the tradition. Since we are studying Vedanta over internet, online, so I thought of doing our prarthana in vachika form. Vachika is verbal, 5 words. So therefore, today we will begin our class with the prayers and invoke the blessings of all the devatas, Guru Parampara and the Guru. So first we will offer our namaskara to Ganapati, then our namaskara to Saraswati, then Dakshinamurti, Guru Parampara, Acharya, and to the Guru, Swami Dayananda Saraswati. After that we will chant Shanti Mantra, Sagana Bhavatu. This Sagana Bhavatu is, we chant in the beginning of the class. This is a Vedic mantra, and this prayer is for the spiritual welfare of the teacher and the student. Transfer of knowledge, it takes place from the teacher to the student. Okay. So, I will chant this Ganapati simple shloka, Vakratunda, to start with. After that, I will chant Ganapati Atharva Shisha Upanishad. So, you can, if you know, you can chant with your mics in mute condition, or otherwise, you can be in a prayerful mood and just be with the chanting. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighnam Kurme Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om. Now I will chant Ganapati Atharva Shisha Upanishad. It will take some 6 to 7 minutes. You can just listen to it. If you know, you can chant also. Om भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यम् ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अवभक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अभानूजानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरातात् अवदक्षिणातात् अवचोर्ध्वातात् अवाधरातात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दादितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वम् अवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्सुवरों गणादीन् भूतमुच्चार्य वर्णादीन्स्तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम् दकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम् त्रिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादः सन्धानम् सहुंहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निसृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तेः प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं भाषमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितम् भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आदिर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते कस्तुलम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ सरस्वती नमस्कार ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. Then I will chant Medha Suttam. Medha means intelligence. We need a lot of Medha. When we come to Shastra, not only when the context of Shastra, we need a lot of Medha. Medha is Gragana Shakti, Gragana Dharana Shakti. Graganam is grasping, Dharana is retention. So, whatever we learn, and we should be able to retain it. So, we need a lot of Medha Shakti. Even after studying Gita, Upanishad, we should be able to connect all the topics, connected topics. We need a lot of Medha Shakti. And when it comes to Panini Sutra, Panini's grammar, we need a lot of Medha Shakti. So this Saraswati's Anugraha is more important. So I will chant this Medha Suttam. It's a very small Suttam. Om Medha Devi Dushamana Aga Adishvashi Bhadra Sumanasyamana Vayajushta Nudamana Duruktaan Jagatpadema Vitathe Suvira Aha Vayajushta Dashir Bhavati Devitvaya Brahma Gatashri Rutatvaya Vayajushta Chetram Vindate Vasusano Jushaspadravino Namedhe Medha Bhagindro Dadatu Medhan Devi Saraswati Medha Me Ashvina Bhubhabadhattam Pushkarasrajam Apsara Suchaya Medha Gandharveshu Chayan Manaha Devi Medha Saraswati Shama Medha Surabhirjushatam Ama Medha Surabhir Vishwarupa Hiranyavarna Jagate Jagamya Urjaspate Payasa Pindamana Sama Medha Suprateka Jushantam Magi Medham Magi Prajam Magi Agnistejo Dadhatu Magi Medham Magi Prajam Magendra Gindragam Dadhatu Magi Medham Magi Prajam Magi Suryo Bhrajo Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Om Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaye Vavarogina Nidahe Sarvavidyanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Ishvaro Gurudatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om. Then we will offer our prayers to the Guru Parampara, starting from Narayana. Narayanam Patmabhuvam Vasishtam Shaktim Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaurapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Shishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Pattapadam Cha Asthamalakam Cha Shishyam Tam Totakam Artikakaram Manyan Asmadgurun Santatamānatosmi Om Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram Shakte Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shupatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidaye Vasishthaya Namo Namaha Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Shrutismriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमां अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So we come in the tradition of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. So he is our Guru, Asmat Acharya. So I'll chant one small verse on written by Swami Paramathanandaji on Swami Dayananda Saraswati. It's called Dayananda Panchakam. I'm not going to chant the full Panchakam. Yeah, it's a simple verse. It's a nice verse. We'll chant that. Parabrahmanishtam svatodharmanishtam ahimsaikanishtam svasishyai sujishtam yathīnām varishtam gurunām garishtam dayanandarupam madācārya-mīde. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Gurus Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahadevyam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastamavitrishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Okay, we have done our prayer. Maybe it is a long prayer, but it helps us. Okay. In the beginning, I would like to appreciate and encourage all the participants who have shown interest and allotted 1 hour of their valuable weekday time. Therefore, you are all mumukshus. Mumukshuhu. You are all seekers of freedom. Mumukshuhu is a Sanskrit word. We will see the meaning of the word in detail later. Mumukshuhu. Mumukshuhu is Moktum Ichuhu Mumukshuhu. You want freedom and you are listening to the class now. What is the sambandha? What is the connection? The connection is obvious. It means knowledge liberates you. You want freedom, and freedom implies gaining knowledge. What knowledge? Self-knowledge, Atma Vidya. And this knowledge, it can be had only from the teacher. Teacher is a channel. Guru is a channel for transferring this knowledge to the disciple. Therefore, we have to go to the Guru and listen to him. So this process involves a lot of things. It needs certain commitments, strong determination to go to the Guru and spend time, listen to the words of the Guru. So it involves your time, effort, your persistence to the teaching, continuous listening to the teaching for a period of time. And above all, it involves certain important qualifications. The very presence of you in the class now itself shows that you have interest and qualifications to gain this knowledge. Therefore, you are all adhikari, fit recipient to gain this knowledge. And before we proceed further, I would like to clarify certain things about this knowledge, this Atma Vidya, self-knowledge. This knowledge is neither academical nor theoretical. This knowledge is not for any monetary benefits. This knowledge is not for any material gains. This knowledge is not for any miraculous things to happen. And this knowledge should not be counted as one among the many. And this knowledge is not only for the sannyasis. This knowledge is not for gaining any popularity, name, fame. No. Then what is this knowledge? This knowledge is the basis of all knowledge. Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. You all would have studied or studying Mundaka Upanishad. And in the beginning of the Mundaka Upanishad, there is the verse, the Upanishad starts like this. Om Brahma Devanam Tatamasam Babhuva Vishtasya Karta Bhavanasya Gopta Sabrahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. So Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. Atharvaya Jeshta Putraya Praha. So Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. It means Sarvasu Vidyasu Pratishtam Vidya Brahma Vidya. Sarvasu Vidyasu, of all the knowledge, Pratishtam. Pratishtam is Shreshtam. It means superior. Of all the knowledge, this Brahma Vidya is the superior knowledge. So the greatness of this knowledge we should never underestimate. We will see why it is great. Okay, how to gain this knowledge? The next question is how to gain this knowledge. What are the sources available for gaining this knowledge? Swamiji used to say this. We won't stumble upon this knowledge. Why can't we gain this knowledge through books? Why can't we gain this knowledge through internet? You can Google on this topic and you will find a lot of websites teaching and talking on Vedanta. This is called e-Vedanta. But this is not the right approach. This is not a traditional approach. I remember one incident when we were in the Gurukulam. Once someone asked Swamiji through email. It was written like this. Namaskar Swamiji, I want to take sannyasa. Can you give me? See, the person is asking sannyasa through email. And Swamiji was a traditional person. He would not give sannyasa for somebody who doesn't have the effort and the commitment to come in person and ask for sannyasa. So Swamiji replied, sannyasa is not given this way. There is no e-sannyasa, as there is no e-guru or e-shishya. We don't have e-wife, e-husband or e-children. So we don't have e-family. So when there is no e-family, how can there be a e-tradition? So therefore, there is no e-business in traditional self-knowledge. If that is so, you can ask me now. We are all learning Vedanta through internet now from me. I say it is fine. First I announce the class and some interested students, they subscribe for it. You see me and you are listening to me. So it is equivalent to listening directly. So I'm talking about the interest and the commitment. If it is there, then you are adhikari. Even when somebody refers that some of their relatives who want to attend, and they request me to add them in the group, I would say they should ask for it. Only when it is asked, it is given. So announcement was made and interested students they contacted. That is what it matters. That is the minimum expectation. So it shows some interest. It is not curiosity on the part of the students to come to Vedanta. So therefore, this knowledge is given only when asked. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. The Gita 4th chapter, 34th verse. Jnana karma sannyasa yoga. Bhagavan Krishna says, Tad vidhi, know that. How? Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Pranipatena, this Sanskrit students Pranipatena, this is pratena pat dhatu. Pranipatena means you fall flat at the feet of the Guru. Pariprashnena, paritaha prashnena, you ask all possible questions and do sevaya. So pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya tat vidhi, know that. How? Jnaninaha upadekshanti, that jnani tattvadarshinaha will give you upadesha. So that is the tradition. So whether it is through email, through internet, or it is through the direct, there is a certain protocol is there. So that is the tradition. And another thing is, a teacher is a teacher. irrespective of the age, experience, and gender. So to the student also. Therefore, this respect for the tradition should be there. Always it is be maintained. Chitram Batatoror Mule Vriddha Shishya Gurur Yuva. Here in this Dakshinamurti Shloka, this line comes. So here, Shishyaha Vriddhaha. All the Shishya, the disciples, the 4 disciples sitting at the feet of Dakshinamurti, they are Vriddhaha. And Guru Yuva. Guru is very young. So, even though the disciples are very young, very old, they approach the Guru. Guru is very young Guru. So, asking for this knowledge. Okay, anyway, we will talk more about this Guru Shishya and the relationship later. Because when it comes to Shastra study, there is this relationship is the Guru Shishya relationship. That is why we chanted Sakhanavavatu also. In Sakhanavavatu, that prayer is for the welfare of both the Guru as well as the disciple, and for the transaction which happens between the Guru and the Shishya. And this knowledge, this Vedanta, it cannot be one more subject matter which we would aspire to know like other knowledge, like what we have gained in school and college. It's not like that. This knowledge of Vedanta is not one more feather which you can add to your cap. Previously, you were a qualified professional in your chosen area of interest, and now, after studying Vedanta, you become a Vedantic professional. Vedanta is not like that. Vedanta, in fact, it stands top. It stands top and gives meaning to all the knowledge you have gained. So this knowledge, it gives life and clarity to all the knowledge. That is why it is Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. Sarvasu Vidyasu Pratishtam Sreshtam Vidya. So I am talking about the greatness of this knowledge. Only when we know the greatness of the knowledge, we will approach the knowledge, we will approach the giver of this knowledge with certain respect and protocol. So that is the tradition. So this knowledge, once it is gained, you can comfortably say, I am not ignorant. In any other field, you cannot say this. Your area of knowledge in any field, even in your chosen area of interest, it is limited. It is limited knowledge. Whereas this knowledge of the self, Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya, Bhuma Vidya, Para Vidya, Arsha Vidya, all these means same thing. Atma, knowledge of the self knowledge, which is the subject matter of Vedanta. It is Purnam, it is complete knowledge. Purna Jnanam. So there is no possibility of ignorance in it. So it is the knowledge gaining which all other knowledge are as though gained. In terms of what is worth knowing. So the one who has this knowledge, who knows this, becomes Sarvajna. Sarvam Janati. Sarvam Janati iti Sarvajnaha. It becomes all knowledge. So we should not think that by gaining this knowledge, I will gain all the knowledge of the objects in the universe. No, it is not possible. The one who has total knowledge of everything is Ishvara, Parameshvara, is Sarvajna. Ishvara is Sarvajna, and Ishvara is also Sarvavit. Sarvam Detti iti Sarvavit. Ishvara, the creator of the universe, he has the knowledge in total. That is Sarvajna. He has also the knowledge about everything in particular. That is Sarvavit. So it is just like the potter. The potter has the knowledge of clay. So he has the knowledge of all the objects made of clay, like a cup, bowl or pot, plate, anything you take. So with reference to the knowledge of clay, the potter, Kumbhakaraha, is Sarvajna. With reference to the knowledge of all the objects of clay, is Sarvajna, is Sarvavit. With reference to all the objects made of clay, is Sarvavit. But the potter, he doesn't have the knowledge of objects made of metals or plastics. Therefore, is not Tattvabodha with reference to the metal knowledge. Whereas Ishvara is Sarvajna and Sarvavid. So this we must understand, this Sarvajna and Sarvavid. There is a misconception among the students. They think that once they gain this knowledge, they know everything. It is not. You can become Sarvajna. How can you become Sarvajna? When you know yourself, the essential nature of yourself, that you are Atma Chaitanyam, then you become Sarvajna. Because the whole creation is nothing but the Ishvara, that is Chaitanya. So that is the knowledge, that is the self-knowledge that we are going to discuss in detail when we proceed. So this is only an introduction, this is only a prayer plus a small introduction. But I would like to have two assumptions before we proceed further. So the assumptions are very important for me, so that I'll be comfortable in teaching. The first assumption I would like to make, it is that you are all new to Vedanta. It means you don't have any prior knowledge of Vedanta. The reason is there will be a lot of repetitions. Even if you are familiar with certain terms, basic terms and terminologies, you will find a lot of repetitions. So it is not a dosha, it is not a punarukti dosha. In Vedanta, we don't consider it as a dosha. This repetition is important. This is assumption number one. And second assumption is, I will not take any topic or definitions or terminologies for granted. So therefore, I will dwell even on simple things. I will dwell on simple things, simple definitions, though we may be using it often. Say for example, we say dharma. What is dharma? We will deal with dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, jiva, jagat, ishvara. So all the small things also, we will, even the shastram, even the Vedas also will say what are Vedas. So that is how we are going to start. So this is a second assumption. And one more assumption I have. This is, I will use the word I. I in the sense of Uttama Purusha Bhagavachanam. Uttama Purusha Bhagavachanam. It is first person plural. I means not personal I. I, Sharan. No. Say, for example, when I say, I am not acceptable to myself, it means we are not acceptable to ourselves. That is what it means. So in that sense, I will use the word I. That is why I said it is Uttama Purusha Bhagavachanam. So this is also one more assumption. I hope you understand me. Okay. So after these three assumptions, I have some three requests. You can remember these three requests. The number one is, I would request you to be regular to the class as far as possible, because we don't know what we would miss if we miss a class. Every class will throw some light on our understanding. It strengthens our understanding. It qualifies us in pursuing this knowledge. See, when it comes to Shastram, there are two advantages. Apart from listening to the Shastras, there are two advantages. One is, listening to the Shastram, it gives punyam, punyapala. Mere Shravanam gives punyam. And number two, this Shravanam, it gives you Jnana Yogyata Prapti. That is Adhikaritvam. One may not be Adhikari, but when he comes to Shastra and listens to the Shastra repeatedly, again and again, he becomes Adhikari. The Adhikaritvam, it just descends on him. So these are the two important advantages of listening to the Shastra. Therefore, I would request you to be regular as far as possible, in spite of your busy schedule. And the second request is, I will request all the participants to be present completely in the class. You can set aside all the things which don't need any immediate attention. The lesser the obstructions, the greater the benefits. So we have done our prayers to Ganapati. We have invoked his blessings to ward off all the obstacles. And we have also sought the blessings of Saraswati and all the Gurus of the Parampara. So we hope that they will shower their blessings on us and bless us in our this pursuit. And the third request is, this is an important request. I request you to avoid reading Vedantic books written by any unauthentic asampradaya persons. Please don't read any books written by asampradaya. So asampradaya with murkavatu upekshaniyaha. Acharya says in Mundaka Bhashyam, the beginning of the Mundaka Bhashyam itself he says, murkavatu upekshaniyaha. Upekshaniya means disregarding, rejecting. How? Murkavatu. As you disregard a fool, so to disregard the asampradaya persons. Why I am saying is, you will find a lot of translations available now on Upanishads, even Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita as it is. So I would request you to avoid reading such books. As far as possible, you can confine to reading good translations. The author should have used the appropriate words for the Sanskrit words. In that, I would say Swamiji is the best. He is the ultimate in using the correct word for the Sanskrit word. He will not do a literal translation. He will use the right word so that the Sanskrit sentence will give the right meaning. So why I'm saying that you should not, avoid other the Vedantic books written by these authors is, I will read from a book. See, this is a very interesting thing, and you can take a note of this. I will read from a book. I don't want to mention the name of the book and the author. This book, it opens with this question. What is Vedanta? The author starts the first chapter like this. This is a book written on Tattvabodha. This is a book, the translation written on Tattvabodha. The author gives an introduction. What is Vedanta? He gives, Veda means knowledge. Anta means the highest. So Vedanta means highest knowledge. This is the meaning. See, the word Anta in Sanskrit has got many meanings. It can mean the highest. It can mean the highest or the end. Only when you know the Sampradaya usage, you can translate it rightly. The end portions of the Vedas are called Vedanta. In other words, the end portions of the Veda have Upanishads. Therefore, Upanishads are Vedanta. So does it mean here Vedanta is the highest knowledge? See, it can be translated like that, but Vedanta means end portions of the Veda. It is the correct translation. Vedanta is the positional name. The position of the Upanishads is the end. Therefore, Vedanta. So the Vedanta is positional name. Vedanta means end portion of the Veda. That's Upanishad. That is the right translation. You cannot translate as highest knowledge. Though you can do, but that is not the right thing. And another thing is, there is no gradation in knowledge. You cannot ask which is the highest knowledge, which is the lowest knowledge. See, in knowledge, how can there be gradations? The same author, he says, I'll read from his book. He says, there are many nuances of truth. He gives an example. Someone is sitting there is true. The statement is, someone is sitting there is true. He says that. Rama is sitting there is also true. Rama is sitting on the bench is a greater truth. Rama, aged 30, is sitting on the bench in that park and reading a book. It's still a greater truth. So it starts from truth, still greater truth, and we can keep adding to it. We can say Rama is fair and his hair is black. He is a son of late, Mr. Ramanathan from Kanyakumari. He is married and has two daughters, and they are settled in US. The book name, what he was reading is Harry Potter. So you can keep adding to it. This is, can you say these are all the gradations of truth? No, these are not gradations of truth. These are all mere information. So this is a wrong idea about what truth is. The author, the further says, that which is very hazy and unclear is only half true, while that which is perfectly and absolutely clear is the highest truth. You tell me, in truth, is there any half truth? This is ridiculous. Sun rises in the east. Let us take an example. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It is the truth. We know it is not the absolute truth. Can you say it is half truth? No, we cannot say it is half truth. If you say it is half true, the other half is false. Therefore, what is this? It is an empirical truth. This is a vyavagarika satyam. That's all. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Therefore, this is an empirical truth. We know that sun never rises or sets. So it is only the rotation of the earth which causes it. We know it long back, not because Copernicus or Kepler, no, Galileo discovered it. We know it, and we are doing Sandhya Vandanam every day in the morning and evening because we know the sun rises and sets. It is the empirical truth. Therefore, what I'm saying is, empirical truth is different, absolute truth is different. There cannot be any gradations in truth. You give a series of information and say these are all gradations of truth, it is absurd. In truth, either the truth is true or false. It is highly categorical. So there is no half truth. Half truth is highly dangerous. That is the problem. Total knowledge is not a problem, and total ignorance is not a problem. Half knowledge is dangerous. We all have half knowledge. Therefore, we come to Vedanta to know the absolute truth. So, and at another point, he says that the truth of Vedanta is a vibrant experience. I'm quoting some of these statements because these are all misleading. And this book is considered to be a good book for some people, and they use it. That's what I'm saying. Vedanta, the author says, the truth of Vedanta is a vibrant experience. It is really absurd. There is no experience involved here. Vedanta is not for experience seekers. If you want to experience anything, we have to use sense organs. Vedanta is about knowledge. About what? About you. About me. So Vedanta is not another experience. So there are a lot of examples I can give from this book. I thought some of these examples, whatever I told you. So from that you can understand the translations. So that is why I caution you that you be careful in choosing any Vedantic translations. And whenever you read any author, you see the words and see the translations. The correct translations are more important because Shastram is Shabda Samugha. And the Shabda Samugha, Shabdam is only give you knowledge. Therefore, the right translation, appropriate translation of the Shastram is very important. And for that, Swamiji Dayananda Saraswati is the best. That is why if at all you are reading any Vedantic text, you can read the translations of Swamiji. That is my last request. So with this 3 assumptions and 3 requests, I think today we can conclude the introduction class. So this is only an introduction. And from the next class onwards, that is from Monday, we will get into the Tattvabodha. In fact, we will not get into Tattvabodha immediately. So we will be seeing some of the definitions and we will have an introduction to Vedanta. We will start from the Purushartha itself, Chaturvida Purushartha itself. From there onwards, we will start. What is Dharma? What is Artha? What is Kama? And what is Moksha? What is the place of Moksha in our life? What is the priority we are giving? So how much priority should be given? That makes the difference. That is Purushartha Nischaya. It makes all the difference. So since you are all come to Vedanta or shown interest in listening to it, therefore moksha becomes the priority. So that itself is a Purushartha Nischaya. So we will discuss all these things starting from the basics in the next class. So we will get into the actual text. Maybe. So I think at the end of the class we will chant Purnamadaha. At the beginning of the class we will have Ganapati Namaskara, Saraswati Namaskara, Dakshinamurti Namaskara, and Shaganavavatu. At the end we will have Purnamada Shanti Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. If you have any doubts or anything, you can ask me now for 5 minutes. Then after that, you can leave the meeting.
Thing for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸರ್.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.